And Antoni, why don't you start off by telling us why you think we've seen these big gains, especially in Ethereum as opposed to Bitcoin?
Well, it has something to do with something called the DeFi space, which is decentralized finance, one of the killer apps of crypto as such. And it is the promise of taking out the middleman and the need of trust when you transact on a daily basis like you would with your bank. And we're seeing adoption across the board for such applications. And that's what has driven the Ethereum price to this very high level recently.
Antoni, good morning. So DeFi, decentralized finance, is that then the next big thing, or just a short-term craze? Is this a part of the crypto universe that is very much the future and here to stay?
Well, very much could be so. This is a layer 2, so it comes into addition of what we already saw with Bitcoin, this decentralized concept of sovereign self-banking. And now we are getting even more possibilities of borrowing, lending, earning yield in a very efficient, very transparent, very close to a trustless manner. Now, obviously, there are still risks involved because it's still a very young space, but so are the possibilities, and it's incredible. And with Nexo, we are partnering up with the DeFi guys and implementing some of the solutions. So, because this is definitely the future of finance as a whole, and we see that also through the institutional adoption and the guys coming into the space as well.
Yeah, well, let's be honest, it's been kind of a dream scenario for you. I mean, you make money by lending out fiat against investors' cryptocurrencies, and as those assets climb or remain so stable, that's the perfect environment. Are you concerned at all about a downturn?
Not really, not at this stage. Last time I was here in May, we talked about the halving. This set like a permanent barrier as it increased the cost of production of Bitcoin to around 7,000. I think this is very strong support. The market has given now the 10,000 mark as another strong support. I think the risks are right now on the upside. You not being invested in Bitcoin rather than investing and losing half of your net worth. And with Nexo, we're in a perfect place because we are positioned as this bridge between the brave new world of digital assets and the digital economy and the traditional world, and we've been able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, and how many of those digital assets do we need, Antoni? I was reading about crypto.com, one of the bigger now cryptocurrencies, rising pretty quickly. Is there a limit to how many we can have? Is there a sense in having many or few? What's the logic?
I love the fact, Anna, that we're slowly converting you into a crypto fan. Last time you were rather skeptical. I would suggest for anyone dipping their toes. Just kidding here. I would suggest for anyone who is new to the space to start off with Bitcoin itself, because this is digital gold. This is where we have the longest Lindy effect. It has been around the longest, and the fundamentals are the strongest. Now, obviously, when Bitcoin has sort of established itself, people have also hunger for additional things. And, you know, there's different assets like Ethereum that might perform very well. Not to toot our own horn here, but like companies such as ourselves, which are positioned at this middle ground between DeFi and CeFi, centralized finance, have a lot of potential as well. So, you know, caution, but the risk is really being outside of it all rather than being in and losing.
How much has your business grown, Antoni? I mean, how many people are loath to let go, to sell their cryptocurrency, and would rather lend it to you in exchange for cash when it's necessary, when they need that kind of liquidity?
Well, the past 6 months, we have seen double-digit percentage growth month on month. And it has been incredible. More and more people come to the realization that holding the best performing asset of the past decade, and now the same asset outperforming any other asset year to date, it is better to borrow against it rather than sell it in the open markets because it's tax efficient, because it keeps your upside potential. And interestingly, I looked at a statistic recently. We see on a year-to-year basis a quadrupling of the boomers that are coming to such platforms as Nexo to conduct their business and to get engaged with cryptocurrencies.